Hey guys, and in today's video I'm going to be chatting about why I am not getting my license. Can you close that door, Mom?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am not getting my license, and I just wanted to make a video explaining why, tell you guys my journey and all that jazz. So, grab some tea, grab some milk, do whatever. In today's video, we are going to be having I don't want to say it's like a super long video, but it is a medium length video, you know? So it's not like super short, but we're not going to be here for like 50 hours. But you might want to grab like some tea or whatever, just a snack or whatever. So, in today, I've said that like 1,000 times. What I meant to say was, if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button, because we talk about bomb things like Jesus having a disability, breaking stereotypes, companion dogs, service dogs, this really cool trip I have coming up to Italy and London. And yeah, that's pretty much all we talk about here lately. And please also go follow me on Instagram, because I post on my stories whenever there's going to be a video going live or when I'm filming that day. And you will get some really cool pictures from the trip I have coming up in a couple months too. And you can also just connect with me over there. But anyway, so today's video, we already know what it's about, so let's just jump into it. So, I am 15, right? And in the state that I live in, which will not be revealed, you have to read this book and get what's called your permit. I don't know why I put that in quotations, but it's basically your practice license. You drive with this for a year before you get your like regular license, and everyone knows, pretty much everyone knows that when you get your permit, you have to have an adult with you in the car. You can only have an adult and I think one other person. And then when you get your regular license, you don't have to have a parent assist you in driving. And also another key difference is for your regular license, you have to take a behind the wheel test. For the permit, you can either go to the DMV and take it, and in recent years I found out that you can just take it online, which if I were getting mine, which is that would be what I would choose to do. So basically, I am of age where I could get it if I wanted to, but I'm not. And so, I knew always that I was going to, if I was going to get my license, I would need to have an adapted car. So, I went down to this place in my town that adapts cars for people with disabilities, whether they're teenagers learning how to drive or just a family with a disabled kid who needs a van. Like, it doesn't really matter. So I went down and I talked to them, and I was like, I'm 15, this is the drill, yada yada yada. And they're like, okay, so you need to get your permit, and then we need to, no, before you get your permit, you need to go down to this driving school that's a couple hours away, and this guy that is like really like, he knows what he's doing, he's been doing it for years, yada yada yada, he will basically pick out the adaptions that you need for your car. And since you have you need a wheelchair ramp, there is this car that we think would be great for you. You can get a wheelchair ramp on any other car, or I think they said you can't do it on any other car. Some cars you could, some cars you can't. Just correct me on that if I'm wrong. But they said the Ford MXV. So I'm like, okay, this is good. So, oh, also they said I needed a prescription. So I went to my check up for my pediatrician visit, and I told him, hey, I need a script for this, yada yada yada, and he was like, okay. And at this point I was reading the permit book, and people were doubting my abilities, and they weren't doing it in a mean way. It was more because it was all within my family, mostly. And it was all like, we love you, we don't want you to get hurt, you know, that kind of thing. I didn't see it that way then, but I definitely understand now. So, I was like, okay. So, I called. One day I was with Dawn, I was out of school, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna call the school in Pensacola. Oh, I almost said where it is. And I'm going to get my appointment made. So, I called them up and I was like, I need to schedule an appointment, and they're like, well, you can't get an appointment for a few months. I'm like, okay, it's fine, I'm not even 15 yet anyway. At this point I was like 14 and a half. But the reason why I got started so early with the process is because I thought I'll get a head start so I know what I'm doing. So, here we come to my yearly neurologist appointment. I mentioned to this doctor what I was doing, and she was like, we need to see you. No, she said, I remember this day so clearly, guys. Wow. I want to see you before you go through with this for an EEG to make sure that you are able to drive. And then I started having the fear of, she said, make sure. If this woman tells me I can't drive, I will be hard on myself about it for the rest of my life. And it's not one of those things where, oh, I can just automatically choose not to be. No. I have a disability, so I am bound to be hard on myself anyway. And it's just something that you deal with being disabled. If any of y'all are disabled watching this, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So I knew if I couldn't, I would blame myself for it, and I would never be able to live it down, and all this stuff. So, but that took me a while to kind of click in my head. I went about my business, and then one night I was just like, you know what? Like, this is, like, if she tells me I can't, then I will never be able to live it down. So then I came to the conclusion that I'm still going to get a car, and this is the plan, and it's not going to change. I'm still going to get a car for my 16th birthday, which is the MXV, because I will obviously still be in my wheelchair then, and I will need a wheelchair ramp. I mean, I'll still be in my wheelchair unless the Lord says otherwise, but anyways, so I'm still gonna be in my wheelchair, so I'm still gonna need the wheelchair ramp, so that's the car I'm gonna get. And so I'm gonna hire an assistant. So yeah, I'm gonna hire an assistant to drive me around. And if y'all are wondering, like, why I don't want my mom to drive me around, it's just because I believe even though I'm disabled and I don't have my license, every teenager deserves their privacy too when they get a car and they are able to drive around places. You don't want your mom in the car when you're hanging out with like 4 of your best friends on a Friday night. Like, no. Like, I want my freedom. Like, I don't want to be a 16-year-old girl whose mom still takes her to high school. No. So that's why I'm gonna get an assistant. So that's the plan. That's the story behind why I'm getting my license. I love you guys, and yeah, I will see y'all in my next video. Love you bunches. So, see y'all later.